Hey y'all, this is Keely from Orbital Events in San Diego, and I'm here today meeting virtually with Warm Honey. Can you introduce yourselves for our viewers?
Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm Anthony.
And I'm Ernesto.
Awesome. Where are you from?
Typically Southgate. They're from Southgate. I'm from Whittier.
Nice. And who plays what instrument in the band?
I play bass.
I play the drums.
I play guitar, but I also play the flute too.
Yeah, and then Kevin and Ernesto are also the vocalists of the group.
Nice. How would you describe your sound to someone who's stumbling upon this video and has never heard you before?
We're somewhere in the middle of like punk, alternative, and I don't know. Like a lot of our songs, like if you listen to our first album, it's a pretty like correlation of like the styles of music that we do, because we have a style of a song that's kind of like Sublime-ish. We have another song that's like alternative rock, another song that's like kind of like punk. So I would say alternative rock to put a general over it, because we don't have like a specific sound, like, you know, like grunge or, you know, metal or death metal or something. I would just say like alternative.
Yeah, we kind of get picked off like pieces from each music we all listen to.
Yeah.
And put it together. Yeah.
Nice. And how long have you guys been playing music?
We've been playing. It's been about a year since like August. So it's gonna be October in a bit. So yeah, about a year and some change. We've been together. We've been making music since I think towards late July of last year.
Yeah.
Towards like August.
Nice. And what would you say would be your biggest musical inspiration?
Ernesto, you go.
I mean, like for me, like I'm super into like Jack White. Anything what Jack White does, like I'm just all on board on it. So like that's for me, from like my inspiration.
Kevin?
Well, I have to say the Beatles, obviously, and Arctic Monkeys too. Both bands created me.
Yeah, so if you listen to some of our music, you might find like some hints in there of, you know, like our influences. Like I like to play my major influences on drums were like Blink-182, because I really liked Travis Barker's style. And so you might see, you know, or hear some beats that might sound not really familiar, but you'll see where I get like my groove from. So I like to get creative with the beats. So that's why I really, you know, liked playing to Blink-182, Incubus, like Slipknot, Metallica, all that fun stuff.
Nice. If you guys could collaborate with any musician or artist or band, living or dead, who would you pick?
We're pretty close to like our influences or like our homie bands.
Honestly, both. Yeah.
Well, homie bands, we totally would like to collab with Safety Pins, because we're like super close to them. I'm super, you know, I work with Danny a lot, so I would
Safety Pins is really good.
Yeah, we like Safety Pins.
Or like BTS.
Oh yes, BTS
for sure.
Yeah,
twice.
We would do BTS.
That would be cool. Beat Oliver Tree.
No, yeah, like on seriousness, yeah, like I've been listening to like Kevin said, Oliver Tree, like just some like artists like that, like I don't know, something to change it up. Like I like just like you wouldn't think like the stuff that we like, but like we like the, I don't know, anything catchy, anything that's just like different. It's just like cool. Like I like how you found that way to like express yourself through that way, you know?
Like,
yeah,
Tyler Creator.
Like, Tyler Creator, bro. Oliver Tree, like I listen to some crazy stuff, bro. I mean, next thing you know, I'm listening to like Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna see Billie Eilish, dude.
Why do you think Eilish?
Oh man.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Sorry, we ramble a lot.
No worries. I got the extensive list. So can you guys take us through briefly what your creative process looks like when you guys are together working on your songs?
We have a couple ways. One of the ways is that we just jam it out. Like we'll just play around, play like the same song, like the same, I guess, concept for like a good maybe 10 minutes or something. Our first song that we ever wrote, like just from jamming, is actually not on our album, because like something happened during the recording where like the file got messed up. So and our deadline was like super like close, so I didn't have time to fix it. But we either do it by jamming, or Ernesto and Kevin will be like, oh, yo, I got this. So they'll bring something to the table, and then I'll make something to it, and then we'll just kind of like we'll make a concept of it, and then we'll fix it up. We'll add in like some extra stuff. So we'll be like, all right, how about we just have the guitar and the vocals on this part? Let's just put the drums on this part and the bass, and we'll try to be creative with it. So we have like it's kind of like a linear.
It's kind of mixed because sometimes like Anthony said, like one of the first songs we did, right, that wasn't on the album. Like he literally was just like jamming on the drums, and then Kevin was just playing the bass. Like it was literally like one by one, and then we just went in it. And like Kevin, like he's my brother, and so we've been playing in bands since we're like small. Like he was probably like 7 when we started playing together. You know what I mean? And so like he's very used to me just kind of like spontaneously like, hey, I just got this riff, like follow along. You know what I mean? And like I think that's what made like this like dynamic really cool, because like I could just do that with Anthony, and he's just like just on it. You know what I mean? Like he just like picks it up, and it's like not even like, I don't know, it just comes like effortlessly.
Yeah,
it's really cool
we hardly have to tell Anthony like that. He just does anything, and it's perfect.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
That's what we always try to make sure we're doing, is that we're having fun. We're not taking it like super seriously and be like, no, it's got to be like this, and we got to be, you know, I don't want to be like them. This is like, we try to be different out of having fun and just kind of
being our genuine selves.
Yeah,
you know
being our
like,
genuine selves. Like what you guys are hearing, that's like legit. We're not trying to sound like anybody. If it sounds like somebody, it's because of who we were influenced by, our style. And that's how you'll hear it. We don't purposely make a song to be like, oh, we should have a song that sounds like Smashing Pumpkins. No, it'll just come out, you know, and you'll hear it, but it would never. It's coming from us, and so we just, you know, try to keep it genuine, have fun writing it, and that's what keeps the chemistry fresh every single time. If somebody's got an idea and they want to put it in there, we always consider it. We always put it in. We always try it out. Even if any of us is like kind of like, I don't know, man. We'll just be like, fuck it, let's just try it. And if it sounds good, it's good. And if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we'll try it. You know, nobody's ideas gets shut down in this group. We're solely here to have fun and play our hearts out, and hopefully, you know, affect people in a good way when we play in front of them.
That's good.
Very nice to play.
So speaking of shows, I know we're not doing any shows right now, but do you guys have like a favorite show that you've ever played?
You know what? We really like to play at this place in Southgate called Yuri's Records. It's cool because it feels super intimate when we're playing, because the people who come to watch us are like super close. Like they'll be like no more than like 2 or 3 feet away from Ernesto singing.
Yeah.
And usually the crowd that we draw, it's not super big, but I like the feeling of the intimacy that it has. That
you could really like feel the crowd, like, you know what I mean? Like you don't get lost in translation when you're trying to perform or anything like that. Like it's really cool. And like Anthony says, it's a medium to small shop, so it's close and everything, and it gets wild. Honestly, like you get lost in it, you forget, you look up, and you're like, holy shit, you know, like there goes the show, you know, it goes by quick almost because you're just having so much fun, you know?
Especially like well, we grew up in Southgate, so we saw like a lot of bands play at Yuri's, so now we're one of those bands. It's really cool, like how they recognize us.
It's so surreal, like to see like now we're up there playing for those kids or for people, and it's just like crazy, like, you know.
I really like Whiskey A Go Go.
Yeah, that was.
We played at Whiskey A Go Go.
Yeah, we did play at Whiskey A Go Go too, and that was pretty wild. That was crazy.
Awesome.
You know?
That shit was pretty funny, dude. Our first song, what happened in the first song?
Oh my god! Like in the middle of the first song, like my guitar wire like just malfunctioned, like just that's it, dead.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the middle, I was like, oh my god, like I have to like. And I was kind of looking up, and I was like, I'm glad you guys are still playing, but something's going bad. You know, I was like, you know, like. But it was cool. I mean, thank God it was like the first song, not like midway and we had to like stop the show or something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I mean, it was again like that was another show where I like looked up and I was like, oh crap, like we're the last song already. You know what I mean? And
it's especially like you know, the Doors have played there.
Yeah,
Oasis has played there.
Yeah, like we went backstage and you see all the bands, like infamous bands that have played there. Like Kevin said, like the Doors. You see Oasis.
He showed us the old green room.
Yeah, they
all
showed
the bands to hang out and all that stuff.
It was crazy. Like he told us, like like this is where like. You know, Morrison would hang out and all this stuff, and it was just crazy. It was an office in the back, you know. It was like a little game room. They kind of turned it into for the employees, I guess. But it was pretty crazy to go back there and like the same steps and everything. It just felt like whoa, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
So speaking of like shows and everything, since they're out of the picture right now, like what have been some of your challenges dealing with that, and how have you been keeping up with music since that?
In the past, we haven't had too much. I mean, I guess schedules is kind of like a challenge. You know, because we all work different jobs, different schedules. You know, getting together sometimes could be a bit of a hassle.
Yeah.
But in the past, like in this whole time of the whole pandemic and stuff, we've mostly been working on getting the album out as far as like recording. So we have the songs written, no problem. It was just, you know, releasing the album that was kind of what was occupying our time and our focus. Because I mean, it's not like we're playing shows, it's not like we're trying to write new music, because we already had enough music to make an album. So that's where we focused. So this whole pandemic, like I guess it kind of steered us a different direction, because I don't, if it wasn't for this happening and we were able to play shows, I don't know if the album would have been released recently like it did. But that's how we utilized, you know, our time.
Yeah, that's true.
To and we made something good of it. You know, we busted our asses, and we made sure that what we put out there was the best that we could do, instead of just like, nah, you know, that's whatever's.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do you have any new content to be on the lookout for?
Trying to work on our first music video. We're just trying to figure out what song we're gonna do. So that's why we're putting on our story, like what song should we do? And we're getting a lot of hits, a lot of we're gonna try to work from there, but we do want to work on a music video next.
Nice. And where can people find your music currently?
Spotify and SoundCloud.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's on Apple Music.
I'm not too sure yet.
I think when we were signing up for like the distributors and stuff like that, I'm not. I remember I did check like Apple Music or something like that, but for sure it is on Spotify.
Okay.
Our first album.
Cool. Do you have any more announcements you'd like to make before we sign off?
This Friday?
No, just check out our music.
So if you want to hear some of Warm Honey's music, you can find them on Spotify or SoundCloud. I will put the links in the description. You can also connect with them via Instagram. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Keep on watching. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.